And a Fox News alert for you. Newly released audio of Joe Biden's 2023 interview with special counsel Robert Hur shining a harsh light on the president's cognitive ability as he struggles to speak and even remember certain key dates in his life. Watch this.
And what's happened in the meantime is that Trump gets elected in November of 2017? 2016. All right. So, why do I have 2017 here?
That's what.
Here to discuss is co-founder and president of RealClearPolitics, Tom Bevan. Tom, we've read the transcript in the past, and it reads badly. It sounds to me far worse.
I agree. I mean, the audio is always worse than the transcription. Video is usually worse than audio, but we don't have that. But clearly, I mean, this just shows another example of, remember when this report came out, how Robert Hur was attacked. And I know someone who knows Robert Hur who said this guy has a sterling reputation, and they attacked him, they smeared him, and they kept this from the American public. The administration, kept this audio from the American public. And it's just another example of how we were lied to. Everyone's calling this a cover-up. It wasn't a cover-up. We all knew it was happening. This was gaslighting of the highest order by the administration and the media, who in large part went along with it all the way through.
You know, Tom, what strikes me here, at least in part, is the timeline, because this was an October interview that happened in 2023. And then the debate, the famous debate with Donald Trump, happened in June of 2024. That's a long time in between. The report from Hur was put out during that interim. And as you said, people jumped all over him. The Democrats, the media, just savaging Robert Hur, his reputation, his integrity, pillorying him. And then the debate happens, and they're all like, whoa, we had no idea that this could happen. Who is this man? No, they all knew. And anyone who is privy, certainly, to a moment like the October 2023 interview or many other instances like that, Tom, had already seen that Joe Biden for years.
That's right. We've got reporting going back as far as 2020, or maybe in some instances even before that, showing examples of Joe Biden's decline. And what's most infuriating about this guy is that you know, and I know, and I think everybody who's watching this show knows, had Joe Biden not fumbled so badly, not failed so badly on that debate stage, the charade would still be going on. The media would have, and he might have potentially won. He could be in office right now. Given these circumstances, they would still be lying to us. And by the way, even after he dropped out, he was the president of the United States for 6 more months in this condition. So I keep saying this. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say this is probably the greatest political scandal in American history, certainly of the last 50 or 60 years. And there's a lot more reckoning that needs to come along with this.
Yeah, and the audio that we've been playing from this interview, after that day, that man continued to be, at least nominally, president of the United States for nearly 500 more days as the lies were just all over the place. Meanwhile, I want to turn to this. Jake Sullivan, the former national security advisor to President Biden, just recently claimed, I didn't know about any of this stuff. I was totally stunned by what happened at that debate. Well, apparently, the president misidentified him multiple times, called Jake Sullivan Steve. Sullivan says he doesn't really remember that, but how do you forget that?
Yeah, look, I don't think we've ever had, and I know Donald Trump gets dinged for lying about this and he exaggerates, but I don't think we've ever had an administration who had more contempt for the American people than the Biden administration. From day one, they were telling us, don't believe your lying eyes at the border. It's not a crisis, and on, along with Biden's mental fitness. And so I don't think that we can take Jake Sullivan or anyone who is close to him at their word. They have lied to us before. I don't know why they think they should have any credibility when they say something that is clearly doesn't pass the smell test with most folks. And by the way, Jake Sullivan was one of those unelected bureaucrats that were in the White House that were running things while Joe Biden was doing whatever Joe Biden was doing, whether he's at the beach or whether he wasn't there. And that was something that people want to know, who's running the country? Well, Jake Sullivan was one of them. And again, I think he needs to be held to account for that.
Yeah, not just a liar with shot credibility, quite arguably at times an acting president of the United States while all this was playing out. It's actually an extremely disturbing thing to think about, and it's in a brand new light given this audio that we brought you on to talk about this morning. Tom, thank you.
Thanks, Guy.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.